Okay, we are back. So last week we did our entertaining questions all about hosting. We kind of talked about Thanksgiving and Christmas, but now we're going to talk about decorating. So, your fall decor, which it's maybe a little late for fall decor, but for next year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Christmas, and how do you transition? When do you transition? What are y'all's Christmas decorating traditions, and what are you doing this year? All of that. So, for anyone listening in your podcast, just wanted you to know that if you want to watch this on YouTube, you can go to our YouTube channel and see the full episode. You can see Karen's beautiful dining room and
our beautiful faces.
Yeah, and our beautiful faces.
Full glory.
And there was one listener who said that they had a hard time knowing which host was who, or who was who.
Right.
So if you're curious, then you can go watch the YouTube video and see who is talking.
And if our voices match our faces.
Yeah. I don't know that we want to hear feedback on that, but don't respond. Keep that to yourself, but okay. All right, so we're going to start with holiday decorating, and these are just for anyone who didn't tune in last week. These are questions we got from Instagram in our little question box, and we're just going to chat and see where we get off tangent.
Okay.
All right. So how has your holiday decor evolved over the years?
Oh. I'm the oldest. I have the most evolution.
Oh.
You want to go?
Well, when I was 20, when I had my first apartment and no ornaments, I hosted a trim the tree party and had everyone bring an ornament. And
that's
so,
sweet.
yeah.
That's very
and
cute.
so suddenly, you had ornaments for your tree. And, but over the years, we've talked about this. I always like to decorate the tree with things that are very reminiscent of, you get the kid crafts and all that, which I love. I love all that. I don't have a theme tree. But I have, now that the kids are older, 30, I can't even believe it, 30 and 22 or 23 by the time this airs. I don't have the energy. I don't care as much. I love a tree and I want a tree with lights, but all the other stuff everywhere, I've pared back a little bit. I'd still like a little garland down the banister. I definitely want a wreath out front, a few little things around like that. But my kids will complain, where's
That there's not enough?
Oh, if it's not,
where's the Nutcracker collection, or where's the and so it's a fine line. But I don't bring it all out every year either. I look through and I'm like, I remember this. I want this out.
Yeah. I leave some things in the bin. Yeah.
How many bins do you have?
Oh, I think I have 6 bins. And
I think I probably have 6 or 8 bins.
I think I believe mine's 10.
Yeah.
But I have
no
some
idea.
faux garlands. And so I feel like those are big.
They take up space.
They take
Right.
up bin
Right.
space.
Yeah. Early on in my 20s and 30s, I had just a Christmas cactus, and we would just decorate that.
That is
I
cute.
mean,
I love
but that's it felt very Charlie Brown, but it was more for we weren't spending the holidays at home. We were always traveling back to our parents' homes. But now, I love getting the tree out. And we do an artificial tree in the living room, and that's our big tree. And then I get a smaller, fresh one for the family room because I love the smell of it.
Yeah.
And then wreaths, and I do some bows. I tried doing bows on our porch, and they were really cute for a minute, and then they kept setting off our video alarm.
Oh,
yeah, so I don't do those anymore.
It's really fun.
But it was really cute for a hot minute. All these long plaid bows.
Oh, that's very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've repurposed those indoors. It's mostly about the tree, and the mantle, and definitely the mantle.
What do you do in your mantle? Just garland or?
I just do garland, but okay, so I just went to our store here in Atlanta, and I got super excited by one of the vignettes where our stylist had a really big mercury glass vase, and then she took our faux magnolia fillers.
They're stems?
They're pot fillers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's kind of got a plastic pot and everything already there, but you just drop it into a pretty pot. But she took 2 of them and put them on their sides and fluffed them out. And the big vases are on either side of them, so you don't see the plastic
Uh-huh.
pot. So it just looks like this giant mound of gorgeous magnolias. I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
super
so
fun.
pretty. It's so pretty.
Okay. We'll need a picture
Okay, yeah.
so
Okay.
that other people can see what you
Yeah.
know, what it looks like.
Oh no, I took a picture of it in the store. It's on my phone. I'll pass it around.
Okay.
Yeah. We
but
can
no-
add to cart.
We can add to cart.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was really pretty and a different way than just like a draped garland
Mhm.
to have something
Magnolia
there.
is good faux.
It
A
really
magnolia
is.
leaf in of itself is sort of like a waxy
Mhm.
leaf, and so a faux one
pretty
yeah.
real.
looks
Realistic.
so real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I do like the ones that are painted gold.
On one side, I
Those
love
are pretty
that.
too.
Those are
Mhm.
really
Like
pretty.
understated glamour.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like, again, mine has changed as well. And, getting into a new space changed that for me. Again, having more space and changing up what you did. But through the years, I would say mine has changed from when I started at Ballard and burlap being so
Yes.
big, like
Mhm.
10, 15 years ago, and like that French country. And so I felt like I did a lot of burlap one year, and then I did a lot of black check another year. And I have saved a lot of that ribbon because it either was on garlands or on wreaths or on the tree. And I have a whole bag of these like ribbons because I continued to kind of change my scheme through the years and doing
Mhm.
blues. The blues are so nice too, again, for Hanukkah as well, to have, the blue with the citrus orange looks so good. And I feel like so colors and materials have evolved. And with that as well, I'd say the Christmas tree skirt and
Mhm.
stockings. Like I feel like I've gone through a few different phases there as well.
I have a few different sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Different stockings. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a set that is like very, kind of matches everyone in the family.
Hmm.
But sometimes I kind of want like just a plain velvet, like something that's a little bit more.
Hmm. I recently moved to a
Yeah.
plain velvet, and I love them.
Yeah.
But I got the golden color we sold a few years ago,
Mhm.
and I will be 100% honest with you. I bought them because they were on clearance, and for some reason, I think we were running, I don't know. I couldn't get my hands on our normal stockings. And I was like, all right, I'm only going to use them for 1 year. I'm going to get the cheapest ones we have on our site. It's free monogramming, and I bought them, and they were gold. Well, I got them in my house, and they're gorgeous. I mean, they look so good in my house. I never would have thought I would like a marigold colored stocking, and they're beautiful. They look so rich. So I never went back. Now they're my go-to stocking.
I just read an article today about how gold has stuck around these past 10 years so well because gold there's the undertones in gold goes so well with so many colors that we continue we're all still loving gold as decorating in our homes and even in our wardrobe. Just because gold just really makes things look more beautiful. So I could see you again, just like having that gold at Christmas next to the greens and how wonderful it must like balance and play.
It was surprising to me. I loved it.
Mhm.
Trendsetter.
I've done the same thing as you, Taryn, kind of. I think like I keep a lot of the same elements, but I mix it up with ribbon every year. And so I'll kind of have like a different ribbon theme.
Yeah, because you've done pink,
Yes.
right?
But it's all
I
just
always
in
am
the
inspired
ribbon.
by your color stories at Christmas.
It's in the ribbon. It's not like I don't buy all new stuff. And I use all the same ornaments every year. But I find that by changing the ribbon and adding the ribbon to my tree, it makes the tree look like it goes with the theme,
Mhm.
even if it's the same ornaments that I've always used.
Mhm. You put ribbon in your tree? I haven't
do.
mastered that. I'm not sure how to do it.
I'm not sure I'm good at
What
it,
do you
but I
do?
do it.
How do you do it?
Well, there are many YouTube videos, but there are two things that I would say are the must-dos. One is you have to get the ribbon that has the wire,
Right?
Right.
and then you probably can't go any thinner than like 2 inches. Probably like 3 or 4 inch ribbon is the
Okay.
best.
Okay.
That's hard to find though, so I think that's kind of tricky. But I mean, basically, for the most part, tie one little piece at the very top, and then I kind of do like a wave motion. It's just like very thick all the way down. And I kind of do like probably 2 strands of 3 different types of ribbon.
3 different types.
Oh.
I mean, I kind of pick like 3
Colors
ribbons
or
that are
widths?
similar. They go together.
Oh.
This sounds very formal. Does it come off as a formal? Would you say it feels like a formal tree?
I don't think so. I mean, I have all the like, I have ornaments that I made as a kid. I have my kids' ornaments. I have like all of my glass.
So the ribbon ties it all together.
The ribbon ties it all together.
Uh-huh.
And I think like a couple years ago, I did some of the Suzanne Kassler accent ornaments and I got like 4 boxes.
Uh-huh. I love those. I have those.
They're so pretty.
They're great.
I love the colors. They go great with my living room. And because I had like probably 100 of those ornaments, maybe not that many, especially now they've broken, but some broken, but like those and the ribbon together create a color palette so that then when I add in all the little special ornaments, like you can see them and they're there, but it looks
cohesive.
Yeah.
Like if you squint your eyes, you now have a very cohesive look.
Yes. But if you're like up close, then it has
appreciate all
everything under the sun in all different colors. So,
So back to the ribbon. So when you say coordinating, are you saying like one might be a little pink gingham, one might be a solid, like something like that? Or are they just varying sizes? Maybe it's a grosgrain and a silk and a velvet.
You can't do grosgrain.
See, I have done grosgrain where you tie just little bows on the ends of, but it's a different, that's
it's a different look.
It definitely feels more casual because it's a little more floppy. Like, so again, but
like I have one that's like kind of more of a
bubbling out.
turquoise and then one that's like glitter turquoise and then one that's like kind of a green chartreuse that they're like, they're all different, but they look good together.
Not
but
necessarily
I have 2 of
patterns.
Each. Yes.
But like you said, so they look nice, but varying colors, but very similar.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's only one big bow on top and then you just
I
do
don't
lots
do
of
I don't do a bow on top. I just like, I tie it kind of hidden in the tree, the top of the tree, and then I kind of cascade it down in like big, you kind of do
in
a
and
big,
out, in and out.
Rainbows.
maybe like 6 to 8 inch loop that like puffs out, and then you kind of shove it in, and then you do another loop, and you sort of like, it's kind of like goes like this, but down the tree.
Now, if I go to your Instagram, will there be a tree I can study?
Maybe.
Okay.
And Google, you can find some YouTube that will do a much better job than me. But it's kind of like, the key is the ribbon you buy.
Okay.
Because I have bought the wrong ribbon and it doesn't look very good. And it doesn't stay, which is another.
So is it a price point you have to have a decently priced ribbon? Like, are
no,
you?
it's just I have found it hard to find ones that I like where they're at least 2 inches, but really like 3 is better. And with a real wire on the edges.
Okay.
I just think it's sometimes hard and like, probably I'm buying it too late. Maybe if I were buying it like at Michael's in like late October, I'd have better luck. But
but I really like the idea of having it start from the top and then go down and then shoving it in on the sides, because I always get hung up on like, oh, well, do I have enough to wrap around the tree and around and around and around and again?
Then it looks like a maypole.
Yeah, I know. I think that's my problem. Okay, I'm doing it.
No, I don't twirl it.
Okay.
And it doesn't go around. It's like kind of, I don't know.
Yeah. It's like a teardrop of.
And it's not
I'll show you a
straight
picture
down.
and you can tell me if you
Feels
think
more
you
organic.
Right.
Like an organic.
Yeah. And
there's a lot of hand motions.
So I put
so
all
it
the
doesn't
lights
feel
on
striped
first.
as it comes down.
No.
It's
and once you cover it with ornaments, you do the lights first, then you do the ribbons. And so I do all that like before we decorate the tree. I do all that and then like the girls and Will and we all decorate together. But I've already done all the lights and all the ribbon. And then the ornaments just go on top of it. And so as you sort of start filling it with ornaments, I feel like it kind of shoves the ribbon in more and it kind of covers it up in some place. It becomes more subtle, I guess. Yeah. And it's just like a little bit.
Backdrop.
Yeah.
A backdrop to your life.
Layer.
I am so not an expert. So I hope that anyone that really wants to try it, maybe go look at other YouTubes because
I'm excited to try it.
I haven't done it well, but I do like that because it kind of gives you a way to change it up every year and like tie your tree to your other elements.
What
in
about...
a way that's and ribbon is not breakable. Sorry, just had to throw that in. If you have kids, little ones, that's nice. Sorry.
I was thinking back over the evolution too of the lights that I use. Colored or clear. I was for many years like morally opposed to colored lights. Now I think they're kind of fun. I also like some of the trees that have just one color. Like we have friends that have just amber colored lights on their tree. I think that's very pretty.
That's pretty.
I did a hot pink tree for a while.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
And one year I did like 3 sizes of lights.
Oh,
like
that's
really
good.
big and then medium and tiny, which sort of give you different kind of glow.
That's super
pretty.
Yeah. I don't know. What do y'all do? Clear, white colors?
I don't like my lights. They're too blue.
Oh,
Oh, you have to get the golden. You can't.
I know.
You
I
can't
know.
get
This
the-
is what
yeah.
happens when you send someone else to the home to
Oh,
the
No,
store to get
no,
your
no. You
lights.
gotta go-
It's
This
bad.
year,
I know.
this year,
early in the
throw
year.
them away. Do not even.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I know.
yeah.
You can't sit under your get cozy under your cold light.
They're
Oh.
they're
You're
not
like
my
5,000
favorite.
Kelvin tree.
They're not that bad, but they're not like
They're not.
they're
warm.
not the warm
Mm.
yellowy
Yeah.
color
Mm-mm.
that I would like
Mm-mm.
it to be.
Gross.
I've
Yeah.
done like Karen and done where I have some bigger bulbs and the teeny, and the mix is beautiful, and lots of
Mhm.
mercury glass ornaments. I've done those every year because they just are so reflective and lovely. I've had
Mhm.
those my whole
Mhm.
decorating.
With little kids, do you stick them at the top, or do they not
Mhm.
knock your tree over? You have two
Uh,
little boys.
Well, this year's a
I
new
do
year.
fishing line.
I mean, Taryn's got two
Uh-huh.
boys. Caroline's got two little girls,
but they're
but they're
a little
rambunctious.
rowdy. I think so.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm probably not in comparison to yours,
I don't
but
know.
I think they're
we're
rowdy.
competing. What I like about this old set of mercury glass is the mercury glass is so thick in this set I have that they have fallen to the ground and been fine.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
because they're old, I don't care as much because they aren't special. They are just old, if
Mhm.
that makes
Right.
sense.
Sure.
And then you have your special ones that are glass that definitely
Go up a
touch
little
at the
higher.
top. Yeah,
Mhm.
those
Yeah.
they aren't.
I will say, okay, I have this set of icicles, like long glass
Mhm.
icicles that
Mhm.
I love, but they are very delicate and do
Mhm.
break easily. But what I did when Blair came along was I would tie them to the tree with a ribbon, and so far I have had no issues. They have not broken because they're
Yeah,
like
you
I have a
can't get 'em down.
thin,
Right.
thin little ribbon, and it's actually tied to the tree. So I feel like if I've done that with some other just more
That's a
delicate
good-
ones, and it has
Yeah.
helped
Instead of just
for-
the hook. Have
versus
you
the-
had a tree fall over?
Yes.
Same.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
It's been close,
Mm.
but that's mostly because I give Finn a bird ornament every year. So now we have a tree that's filled with 16 birds, which is really kind of fun
It's
and
special, yeah.
festive.
Super
I love that
cute.
idea.
Yeah, but then I have two cats.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they think they're real?
Does-
You know,
I've
it's
heard
re-
cats are aggressive no matter what.
it's
Yeah, they
really
like a
just
tree.
it's
The
really
tree.
just the kitten, and has no clue and is just ready to go for it.
So
Can you make a kitten tree, like a little petite kitten tree, and
I
put
will
it down
totally make a kitten tree. I
but will
totally
that
make
keep
a
them
kitten tree.
off of the other tree, or will they just now have two trees?
Spray it
I
with
don't know.
catnip.
Right?
I don't have.
I'll,
a cat. I'm
listen,
making
I
this
will.
up.
I will totally
Can
make a
you come
kitten
up with
tree
a-
if it diverts their attention. I will
Liz, could
totally
you
do
have
that.
an alternate way to display the 16 bird ornaments, like
On a
your
garland.
mantle, on your
On the
garland, in a
mantle.
way that, like in a bowl, as
Yeah.
a centerpiece?
No, we could totally do that. We
I
could
love.
totally
Do they
that.
clip on?
They're different every
Variety?
year. It depends on
Mhm.
where I found.
I love those clip-on birds. That, like,
Mhm.
I do
break
too.
up
I
their
think we have a
tree.
couple
love them.
clip-on
I like
ones.
those too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the day that we go to like decorate the tree is when I present that year's bird.
I love that.
I
and
love
I think
that. That's really
I'm-
cute. Yeah.
I believe Ballard sells an ornament tree, that little metal one, or a
Oh,
wooden
yeah.
one.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
And you
on
could
the
just
little
have your
wooden
And just do the
Aldi.
birds.
That way
Yeah.
he can have his own little. Finn doesn't have to worry about.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know if
The
that
cats.
would change the
I
cats.
don't know.
But
I mean,
jump
cats
everywhere.
is cats.
Yeah.
yeah, truth. Got to hang it from the tree, right?
Are there
Or
any
from the
rooms
ceiling?
that they're not allowed in?
No.
Or yeah, I mean,
No,
I don't
I mean,
know.
They're part of the family.
They're
I
cats.
get
I
it.
guess
mean,
they can
they're
go in.
cats.
Whatever.
Whatever.
They're wily.
Yeah.
All right.
They are.
That's good.
Okay.
Next
Number
question,
two.
Karen.
Number two,
Sorry, number
18
two.
years later,
That was
hours
all
later.
one question.
What will you be adding to your Christmas collection this year?
I have to go to the Ballard store and shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing that
Although
I have
I
been lusting
did-
after. Sorry.
No.
I shouldn't have made my.
What?
I did just today I love mistletoe, like the idea of mistletoe. I think it's sweet.
So cute.
Yeah.
And our sister company, Garnet Hill, has a felt little mistletoe thing,
Mhm.
a little swag. I put it in my cart today to buy.
Oh,
And you
that's
just hang
so
it on
sweet.
a door frame.
Yeah, I was gonna hang it like
My
right there on
mom
the door
always
frame.
growing up has a little felt one. It's not a real
Mhm.
one that she always hangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Cute. Yeah.
Ooh.
I love our angel pine garland.
I have that.
I think it
It's
is the
so good.
best, most realistic looking faux garland I've ever seen. And I have been meaning to buy it for several years. And I think finally I am going to buy it because I typically hang some garland over like the mirror in our entryway and I put all of our Christmas cards in it. And recently I was cleaning it, y'all, and I found some pine needles on the floor from last Christmas. And I was like, okay, I think this is an occasion when a faux garland is really nice so that the needles don't get like stuck everywhere.
Mhm.
So
I have that garland. I use it on my banister.
I will say it drapes beautifully and
It does.
It's very flexible. So it looks great on a banister. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I sent out our questions to my street. We have a little a ladies text group. And I was like, do you have any questions for the podcast? And one of them was garland. Like, where do you use it? How do you use it? And, you know, you can use it in tons of places that aren't your normal, like, banister. Or I love to put it in my chandelier over the dining room table and hang some pretty ornaments from it. What do y'all do with garland? Do you do it around your door? I don't do it around my door.
I love it around the door.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't do
very
it every
pretty.
year, but I do like to when I am feeling motivated.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I've
I
also
yeah.
done it around the door frame of like between the living room and dining room because I had a bunch of beautiful white angel ornaments. And white against the green garland is so pretty.
It's
and
so
pops, and
pretty.
you can like tuck them in there so they look like they're kind of floating around. Done that before. That's pretty.
I've seen people do that with with like Christmas cards where they hang it around a prominent door and they put all their Christmas cards in there.
Mhm.
That's
And
what
you
I
can
sort
use
of do.
those
But mine's
tiny,
around a
cute
mirror.
little clothespins.
Oh,
Yeah, I have
So
found like
cute.
tiny little clear ones.
Oh.
And you can't even.
Can't
I mean,
tell.
if you're looking, you can tell,
Yeah.
but they're very subtle.
And they're cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. I've been really eyeing our, not that this all has to be about Ballard product, but like I've been putting
Yeah.
things in my cart. But we have a metal bow topper
Yes.
and that I think is just
It's
so
real cute.
sweet for the Christmas tree. So
Mhm.
I need a new, good,
And cat proof.
sturdy
Yes.
topper.
Not breakable.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those angel wings that we sell that go on a bottle. We were talking about hostess gifts. In the
Oh,
Oh,
last
those are
episode.
great.
Yes.
Like you
So
pop that
good.
on your Kirkland Sauvignon Blanc and take it to the neighbors.
Amen.
Boom, boom.
And
Yes.
it's a
Damn.
great
They look
little
so cute.
hostess gift. Yeah. And, you know, we can sit it on your dining table when you're having your meal. They don't get in the
Yeah.
way. They're just a cute little accent.
Those are really
yeah,
cute.
Those are
Mhm.
adorable. I love those.
I think I would like to add more garland is one of mine because I buy a piece each year. That's how I just feel like, so then I continue to add more and more to fill up, even like you were saying, around doors, and I have them on my
Like a piece
chandeliers.
of garland or just something for your collection.
No, like
Oh.
another piece because
It adds up.
everybody knows it adds up, and if you're buying 5 or
Mhm.
6 for different places around your house, it all matches. You're like, okay, well, so for
Oh,
me,
so
I've been
wait, you match
adding.
it? So your
Mhm.
house has all matching garland.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have thought about that option. I mean, do you think it needs to? Like if I have the pine
No.
garland on my banister, could I have, because I mix mine, could I have a different one on my mantle or my chandelier? Do you feel like they need to match?
Well, yes, because you have separated rooms in your house. I do feel like if you have a more open concept, it is one of those
You
of
can
how
see
it
it all.
correlates, right? Like, do you really?
It may also be more versatile. Like one year
Mhm.
you might put it down your mantle, but then maybe the next year you want to put it outside. But
Mm-hmm.
if you have like 4 different types, it's harder to
Mm-hmm.
make
to
it
move it. Yeah.
big.
Mhm.
You know?
That's true. Good
Yeah.
point. Good point.
I know for me personally too, we added some really cute Ballard again because I work there. We added
And
some,
it's awesome.
and it's, well, that was my next. I was going to sell is we have these beautiful new wrapping papers, and I know that's silly, but I think they're
Yeah.
super cute, and they're going to add a lot of whimsy
Well,
under
you
the tree
painted
and
them
color.
all.
And
They're
I made them.
so cute.
Well, and I'm very
Really
proud of
cute.
them.
I
So-
do. Okay, sorry. I
Those
have
are
to go
great
back to our earlier discussion about color, and that is another thing that I
Mhm.
think ties your color palette between the ribbon on your tree and your accents, and then your wrapping paper. That creates a whole palette.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And
then
it's
you
all
get
the same
those
stuff.
gifts under there and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
And our wrapping papers correlate to our ornaments. So like we
Yeah.
have ornaments that match too. So you could really make like a really cohesive look. If
Yeah.
you wanted. So
Yeah. The
Um,
wrapping papers are so sweet.
They are
Erin.
cute. Yeah,
oh,
I love the chinoiserie one.
I know. I'm just excited to, decorate for Christmas after this episode.
Which one are you going to use? All of them?
No, I like the Nutcracker one a lot. So
Yeah.
that one's pretty cute.
Well,
Yeah.
and Liz took the chinoiserie design and used it to make our holiday packing tape. So if you
I
order
did.
a
That's
package
cute.
from
I
Ballard
did.
that has packing
Mhm.
tape on it, it'll have Taryn's painted chinoiserie vases on it.
That's
so
adorable.
sweet. And our,
Yeah.
I
our
didn't know that.
shopping bags in the stores have
I
that.
had
Yeah.
seen the shopping bags. I didn't know about the tape.
Oh yes, and there's a beautiful trellis too. If you're like a little more preppy versus whimsy.
Little
so I feel
dogs.
like we got
Yeah.
a little. Oh, and we have an adorable dog paper.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love a dog?
Yeah.
Well,
Very limited.
and secret tip is that those are all Ballard family dogs.
Aw,
Yes.
sweet.
And there's a Coyer mat that matches too. If you love dogs, we got dogs dressed up
Yeah.
on, so everyone can wipe their feet
With
on their way
reindeer
into your
ears
holidays.
Yes.
and-
Yeah.
Yes.
There's some good ones.
Yeah.
So those are some of mine, but I think it's because again, I look forward to the holidays and making that kind of that whole scheme, like you were saying too.
Yeah.
So
How long does it take you to decorate?
it's a good
I
question.
usually break it up because I kind of dread it.
Mhm.
Once I'm into it and doing it, I'm enjoying myself. But I sort of like it feels daunting, I guess.
Mhm.
Maybe
Yeah.
dread is the wrong word. But so I usually kind of break it up. Also with kids, it's like
When do you start?
the day after, as soon after Thanksgiving as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so much work. I want to
That
like
weekend is
You
the
want to
best.
see it
Yeah.
as long
Enjoy
as
it,
you
yeah.
can. And how long do you keep it up?
Okay.
I
don't
kept
know,
mine
is
up
probably
I kept mine up a
controversy.
lot longer this
Like
past year.
Valentine's Day, you're pulling it down.
I mean, it was maybe
She
the first
decorated in
of
pink.
February.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, if you have a pink
But
tree,
yeah.
then that gives you more longevity.
Yeah.
That's a good tip and trick. If it's covered in hearts and pink, you're good.
You're
good
good.
till
You're
February.
totally good.
Green for St. Patrick's Day. Like,
Okay, my parents used to say that it was bad luck to keep up the tree past New Year's Eve. I think they make this up.
They
I've
did.
never heard anyone else say that, but I do
Maybe
kind
it's more of
do
a
it.
fire hazard if it's a
There you
live
go.
tree. Yeah.
Yes.
but if you have a New Year's party, I like to have a tree at the party.
Oh yeah,
I
because
do
you can't make
too.
your house sterile again for New Year's. I agree. Like if you're no, I'm
yeah.
past New
I don't
Year's.
know. I'm asking the question.
I-
So I have
Yeah.
this weird, I'm like, I have to take it down
Weekend
before
to-
New Year's, but then I'm like, no one else does this. So
Yeah.
where did they come up with this saying?
I don't
should
know.
Ask them. Yeah, no. Thanksgiving weekend, get the tree. That initiates the whole launching, and it's probably about a week, I think, to decorate.
I will say, once the kids go
Probably.
back to school, I want to have it all down and put away and like be starting. So I do it
There's
pretty
a
close
clean
to
and
New
fresh
Year's. You know?
Well, because you have a couple days off in there too, so it
Yeah.
gives you time to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the part I hate is the taking down.
Mhm.
It's just,
Yeah.
ugh, I
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah. That's drudgery.
Taking the lights off the tree.
The lights,
Putting the lights on the tree.
Oh,
It's the worst
I'm
task.
old now, so I job that out.
Yeah, that's
You
smart.
can though.
Right?
Yeah.
I get someone to help me do that.
I have one of our pre-lit trees.
Yeah.
That's smart.
And it's-
That is
and
makes the
honestly-
most sense.
major
Well,
appeal
and honestly,
of it
because
to me.
I'm the only one that's decorating. Like everybody jumps
Nobody
in.
cares.
Everybody jumps in, at their own like favorite part. But
Mhm.
I'm doing the
Yeah.
heavy
Yeah,
lifting.
yeah.
So
and you
I'm-
can't be mad at him because it's like
No.
I'm doing it for me.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I really love just being boom, boom, boom. Oh, look at the tree. Yeah, turn it on.
Plug it in.
Yeah.
Turn on the music.
Done.
Done.
Turn on the Mariah Carey.
So how do you add holiday decorations that you can keep up well into the winter months? Is our next question.
Do
I
a
feel like-
Valentine's Day tree.
right?
Well into the winter months.
If there's
don't know about that.
I don't
I-
either. I mean, I think
Okay,
I
so
think
there.
a wreath on the front door. I think that
Right.
can stay up
I
a
think this
while.
is where blue ribbon and citrus goes a long
I
way.
agree.
I bring in
lime
mercury
green.
glass. Like I have some
Yes.
mercury glass that I have that's in cabinets and stuff, and I'll bring that out more around the holidays, and that can stay
So
out
it's
longer.
a wintry feeling
Yeah.
versus Christmas.
That still feels warm and sparkly, but
I think the blues and the greens, you're right,
And
are going
metallic.
to add a lot
Yeah.
of longevity. Yeah. Even the
Mhm.
pinks.
It's a red plaid that kind of I
Oh.
think
Yeah.
Done.
is hard seasonal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say I like to incorporate things that I already would use, like I have some like crystal candlesticks. Sometimes I'll put like a different like I'll put some ribbon around them and like tie a ribbon on them to make them Christmassy. But then I think like some things that maybe you Christmasify, I guess, but then are really kind of just
You're going to have to
normal things you would have
un-Christmasify
anyway.
it. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
then you can kind of keep, like if you had a big hurricane and you have maybe you put ornaments on them for Christmas and then you just take them out and they stay out, or like sometimes I decorate with like a crystal or like a silver platter, and then I put like ornaments on it, but then you could keep it out as a centerpiece.
Mhm.
That's the only thing that I feel like maybe Makes
I'm just
sense. I don't
done
know.
with all of the by
You
New
want like a
Year's.
fresh start.
Like there's a new year, new fresh, and you've
Mhm.
seen so much. Like there's just so much extra, which is wonderful when you first have it. But I think after a
Yeah.
solid, especially if
Yeah.
you do a solid month and a half of it, you're like, all right, I want to see surfaces of my house again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to that. I should say.
Months is the word here that I'm getting stuck on. The winter months. You know what I mean? I feel like maybe you can't do that unless it's just mercury glass and silvers and blues.
Yeah.
Maybe just turn on your fireplace, keep that crackling. Seasonal,
Yes,
yes.
I think there's like
Chestnuts?
there's layers, right? Like so when you start hitting fall, maybe you sort of
Yeah.
like add your cozy layers where like I'm bringing out more of my like heavy throws, maybe I'm adding
Uh-huh.
more pillows,
Velvet.
maybe I'm bringing out more
Mhm.
candles than I normally would like in the summer. And that's like my first layer that maybe happens in like October here in Atlanta where it's still really hot in September.
Mhm.
Then, then you get like, then you add in gourds, then you add in, you take away the gourds, you add in holiday. Then once you take off holiday, you still have that like
That-
coziness
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
that I think can
Those
kind of stick
textures
around.
that stick around. Mhm.
Through
Yeah.
spring again.
Mhm.
But
and you could keep the scent of the holiday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you
Right,
love
with
the
the
evergreen
candle.
scent or that cinnamon
Mhm.
scent, or you could
Mhm.
keep that going
Yeah.
in your home
Yeah.
to make you feel.
That's
It's
a good
amazing
point.
how much scent can really take you to a
Mhm.
moment.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's a good call.
True.
all right. Oh, so this is Karen. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to read the next question.
Thank you.
Are you? Well, we kind of touched on this. Are you pro or anti fake trees? And what about a kid tree for kid ornaments?
Mm.
Like, I'm not.
We have
I'm-
both.
I'm
and
agnostic on the
both.
tree thing.
Mhm.
I
You do
want
you.
a fake tree, but my partner is anti-fake.
Mhm.
Mm.
But I think that the idea of not having to add the lights on and then not having the pine needles everywhere is
Yeah.
super appealing to me.
Mhm.
And just
It really
folding it
is.
up and being like,
Yeah.
bloop, bloop, done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I have
Yeah.
a friend who leaves. I think I've told y'all this. She has, a lot of beautiful, delicate glass ornaments. She wraps it in saran wrap and shoves it in a closet, and then pulls it out and takes the saran wrap off.
Wow.
She has several trees, but like she has.
So does she add, is it just the tree in the closet?
Probably.
Probably.
I
I
can't
don't
im-
know. I'd have to.
Unless
I
it's
have
her
to
That's
talk
a
walk-in
to
lot
her.
of
closet,
closet
yeah.
space to dedicate to your tree.
But
Man.
I
I mean,
I mean, I'm all in.
yeah.
Put it on like a
Karen's
caster
thinking about
base, You know.
Well, I did. We have more space in the new home, and so in the basement there is more space. And I did take the trick from a friend who said to just put up nails and hang all the wreaths because all my wreaths were shoved in boxes until.
Mm.
Oh, right.
And so they
That-
stay fluffed and the ribbon's beautiful because they're just hung up on a nail.
Do you think
Smart.
they'll get dusty?
Maybe
You could put a trash bag over them.
I could do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's just nice not to have to refluff.
Totally. Yeah.
Because that is the negative to the faux is the fluffing, right? So like you win and
Right.
lose. Pre-lit's
Mhm.
great, but you do have to do some fluffing.
Mhm.
And on a real, you got to add the
Just
lights.
get a little can
Yeah.
of air and spray the dust off, or your hair dryer. or
Oh yeah, I
something.
just
That's
haven't
a good
had
idea,
too
yeah.
much. They haven't so far.
Yeah,
It's been beneficial, I should say, because even I have Halloween wreath and Thanksgiving wreath, and you got the New Year's wreath.
How
No,
many wreaths do you
Valentine's
own?
wreath?
Let's talk
I
about
have a
that.
seasonal for all of them.
But
Every
do you
season has a
always
wreath.
have a
Really?
wreath on your door?
Yes.
Oh, I do
Year
not.
round.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do not.
What? Where? So we're recording. Oh, we're recording Halloween. So you have a Halloween wreath.
Currently, I have the really wiry ones, and it has spiders. I tie it all through it, and a beautiful black green runner that's dripping all the way down the door, and then the door is covered in spider webs and black spiders, like they're crawling up to the wreath. So that's Halloween.
Oh.
Then Thanksgiving is it was a ballard one. It's a dried corn husk, so just a white.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then winter is magnolia, garland, ballard. That one that was
Mhm.
magnolia leaves as well as so that's winter. Or sorry,
What ribbon do you put with
Christmas.
magnolia?
that one changes with the interior.
Okay,
and it
just
just
depending on what
depends.
you're
And
doing
it
each year.
depends what color my door
Yep.
and shutters are now too. Has to complement obviously.
Are you changing your door colors now?
I have not because now I have shutters that coordinate.
Uh-huh,
So
okay,
like it,
okay.
now I really do have to think about it.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then up as soon as that goes down, I have a Valentine's wreath. Do you not have one?
No.
No.
What does a
No.
Valentine's wreath look like?
Has hearts, but has hearts. Cupid's what?
It's a silver tinsel, and it has a big heart and the word like love. It sounds really
What does
cheesy
it have,
at the
like
moment.
or love?
Love.
Depends what day it is.
It turns upside down.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I have a green mossy one for like springtime. I love a good like reindeer, like chartreusey
love
green
reindeer
mossy
moss.
one.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then
what's
I switch
summer?
That I'll leave that out till summer,
Sand.
and then that
Oh, okay.
usually the summer kills it, tinges the poor moss is like, what's happening here? You fried me, and then and then we start all over again. Yeah.
Okay.
No, doesn't
No.
that
that's
keep
great.
you
No.
around?
No.
I did last year get the bleached leaf. I don't know what it's bleached like birch leaf. I don't know. It's a ballard wreath that's like a bleached maple leaf maybe or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really pretty. And I do that with a big black bow at Halloween.
See, that's gorgeous.
But that's my only, other than Christmas, that's my only. But I do leave the Christmas one up for a while.
Okay,
I'll leave it up to like.
but you don't do a summer
February.
wreath?
No,
It
just
never
get.
occurred to me to do
Yeah.
a summer wreath, like seashells. I'm totally crafting
Yeah,
a
what if-
seashell wreath.
You can do
Like
whatever
oyster
your heart
shells could be cool.
decides.
Sometimes I don't know. Some of them I feel like I haven't found a good one that I really like. Maybe I need to see yours, but if I were to find one that I was like, oh my god, I love this, then sure, why not?
I don't
But-
like a cheesy wreath.
right.
We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's true. Fair point. Good point. Everyone's opinion. You were right. I will prove it with my wreaths. I'll let you know.
We'll
I'll
need
post it.
photographic.
All right. Yes,
yeah,
I will
photographic
give
to see
all-
if you
That's great.
approve.
I will.
I
Or
do
you'll
get a
never see
live
this.
wreath. I get a live wreath at Christmas.
I love a live.
Yeah.
Yes,
I love
do like a
zhuzhing
live
up
wreath.
a
Yeah.
live wreath.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do love that.
Mm-hmm.
I will make. Actually, that's a lie. I have 2 doors. I will put that a real one. If it turns out pretty, I'll put it on the front door and move my faux one.
Oh.
So it depends. If it turns out ugly, I'll put it on the side door.
Do you do
Oh.
any wreaths inside the house?
Yes.
I have before and I love it.
I like
But
a
I don't
wreath
do it every
inside
year.
the house, too, like on a mirror.
I feel like
or-
that's so
Mhm.
easy, and it makes you feel
Mhm.
so
Even
good.
above a mantle. You know,
Mhm.
pull down
Oh.
your art or whatever and put up a beautiful wreath.
The mini ones on the back of stools, I
Mhm.
love that
I
at
love
Christmas,
those.
especially if
Yeah.
your stools face like are open to a bigger space. So like
Yeah.
people are really seeing the back of your stools at your island.
Very sweet.
Oh my gosh, please do that with ribbon. That matches your tree and
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I feel like we need a full allowance just for ribbon.
It's
know?
true.
Yeah.
It's not inexpensive.
You
Well,
know
that's
what?
why I keep
li-
'em.
I like
Yeah, you gotta keep-
Amazon ribbon.
Okay.
Not the wired. The wired one I wouldn't buy there. But like I buy lots of grosgrain and satin ribbon. And that's where I
Huh.
buy all of my. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I do high
Sorry,
and
I'm gonna
low.
hate on Target for a minute. I know everyone loves Target,
Oh.
but Target has the
Don't
worst
make-
ribbon. Their
Oh,
I
ribbon,
don't get ribbon
it
there.
looks good, but there's like 1 yard on there, and it's
like
Yeah, there's not a lot.
$8.99, it's 3
$10.
yards.
You do have
yeah.
to pay attention to.
so
you
if
have
you
to
go to
watch the
Amazon,
yardage.
okay, I'll buy it, and it's like 25 yards on a spool
Wow.
for like $10.
Okay.
Okay.
I will
So-
get,
Well,
I'll
that's
get a
good if you're
high-end
gonna
one.
do ribbon on everything.
Because
Yeah,
I do
especially a
ribbon.
wider
I like a
ribbon.
real ribbon on a gift. I
Yes.
don't like a stick-on bow. Sorry,
I
No.
tie real ribbons on gifts.
and I want it to
Yeah.
be grosgrain or satin.
But well, you can make
the
the little
paper ones.
curly ribbon out of your wrapping
Yes.
paper.
Oh, I've never done that.
All you
before.
do is like cut your wrapping paper into strips, and it's all very nice if you have like a coordinating wrapping paper. So say you have like a print and then you have a
That's
stripe,
cute.
Mm-hmm.
and you know how you do like curling ribbon with your scissor? You run
Right.
the scissor along.
It's
You
the same thing.
you do the same thing with the paper, and it'll curl it, and you can make like a little curling
Oh,
That's
thingy
cute.
thing.
well, that's cute.
I'm here for your budget.
Well, anyway, Amazon, don't go to Target. Sorry, Target.
Well, I got
Sorry.
some
Your
of
ribbon sucks.
our ribbon last year because
I love our ribbon. We have beautiful
we
velvet.
have
Yes, we do
really
have good
great
ribbon.
ribbons. I got some striped ribbon last year for my holiday gifts, and just like a colored box.
Cute.
So I didn't wrap.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have a whole bunch of
Brilliant.
wrapping paper, and I just did that, and it was really sharp.
I love
like
just
that,
a
yeah.
craft paper with
Yes.
coordinated
Oh my
colored
gosh,
ribbons.
I love craft paper.
So pretty under a tree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then you can write their name on it. You don't need tags.
You
Like
don't need it.
to mom
And you
from
can
Santa.
get a roll of craft paper that's huge. It's so much easier with like a really big box or something where normal wrapping
yeah.
paper doesn't even fit.
All right, I have a question, ladies. Does anyone in your household know how to wrap a gift except for you?
Actually, Will's pretty good.
Grown men
No.
in my household. I want to poll the group.
No.
I have
No.
young men in my household, but your point is
You have a
going
husband.
Oh,
yeah. Well, he.
I give instructions all the time, and it still just is like, okay, move over. Let's
Well,
just
no,
do
and
this.
I'm thinking I need to start now.
Yeah, you do.
To your point.
You do.
Okay, I will say Will is actually really good.
Uh huh.
course he is.
Because
Of course he is.
he's
amazing. You married well.
but he was one of 3 boys, and I think his mom was like really into Christmas, and so he was like he would help her wrap, and so she was like she taught him very meticulously how to wrap. So there's your tip, Taryn. You have to be intense.
I think I'm doing a great job raising them. My oldest is very into decorating for Halloween, and though I am hating it because I'm particular, and we've discussed this, he'll get there. If I can continue to facilitate his love for it, then I can have help.
Yeah.
So you're right. Okay.
I do think, the ribbon is easy when you have, I think, a grosgrain or a satin. It's like,
it's a no-brainer.
You cannot fail. It's like tying a shoe. So that, I think, if you have the right ribbon, it's much easier for someone to assist, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're really bad with the paper in my house.
The papers.
I can't even believe how bad. Like, you'll look at it and be like,
and that's just a box.
Right?
Yeah,
are you two?
There's 4 sides.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
I mean,
let alone like some kind of odd shaped.
Oh, Joe will just have a bag and
Yeah.
tie a shoestring around it and act like that's my. What happened here?
Yeah.
No. Did you wrap your own gifts then?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm just
No.
you get all your gifts comes in bags. Is what you're saying.
Sometimes.
Did you ever have the boys help you wrap when you were, like, when they were young?
Yeah. But they're so like they're broken on the inside, Carolyn. I don't know what to say. I don't understand how they could be related to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It
Something's
is hard.
Well, maybe at Thanksgiving that's your activity this year.
Yeah,
you
love that. I'm at the age where they have to enjoy visiting or they won't come back. You know, I don't have any control.
That's
It has to
true.
be fun.
Maybe you should, for young kids, get them into origami first.
Right.
And then transition. Like, if they can do origami, they can
So
probably,
clearly it's
you
just
know, it's
my
like the
family.
sharp lines, it's the folding.
How about we just get them to fold the laundry first? Like
Start
there's some
small.
practical origami, like because there's that too.
Mhm. We have a lot of gift bags.
Mm.
A lot
Yeah.
of gift bags.
Yeah.
Did everyone learn? Like, I felt like I was my mom's assistant and I always helped her.
Always.
Is that how everyone
Always.
Well,
learned?
my
Yeah,
brother
right?
and I, we had to wrap each other's gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So Christmas Eve, my parents would hand me all my brother's gifts, and I would go in my room and wrap them. And they would hand my brother all my gifts, and he
On
would
Christmas
go
Eve?
or whenever, the day before.
Oh,
we
gosh.
wrapped.
I was going to say, that's a lot
The
of
day
work on
before
Christmas
we-
Eve. Yeah.
the day before we
Yeah.
opened, and I would get really mad because he had such good stuff.
Mm.
I can't believe he's getting all this. Ah.
Interesting.
And then Christmas would come around, and I would like my stuff. But yeah, that was their tactic.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Mhm. Job it out. I like a nice gift. Clearly, I'm judging my
I
family.
love
I
it.
love
I love it.
a beautifully wrapped gift.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
Sorry.
we have questions. Here are the next one. I think it's the top of the second page.
okay. What is the best way to mix traditional and modern Christmas decor? Or let's say,
What
just
is
holiday.
modern Christmas decor? What would
It's-
you put in that
I
bucket?
feel like it's how we It's the same as how we decorate everything in our home.
Yeah.
Everything's about the mixed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had the kitchen designer on, Matthew Quinn,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and we asked him, like, how do you walk that line when you have like a very traditional home and they want a very modern kitchen, or you have a very modern home and they want a traditional kitchen? And he's like, you pick something from that pile and then you pick something from that pile, and you have to like keep doing that so it's balanced when you get to the end.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
maybe it's similar.
Yeah.
Could be.
I
Yeah.
think that's fair. I mean, I have like a few things that I guess I would say are modern. I don't know that they're really that modern, but like I have sort of these like Christmas trees that are like kind of very, I don't know,
Clean.
kind of
They're
clean.
just like a
Yeah, they're just very simple and they're like unusual
Conical.
colors. They're not like Christmas colors.
Yeah.
But I kind of add lots of Christmas ornaments to it. I put it on like this kind of silver tray. So it's sort of like a little bit of both. I don't know. I think, yeah, you just like add both. Maybe with traditional, like add in an unusual color palette. I love a non-red and
Holiday
green
palette.
Christmas.
Mhm.
How
Yeah,
does
I do-
everyone break down on that?
Clearly I'm good with it.
Yeah, you like pink.
Yeah.
I feel like it feels more modern to not have the red and green.
Mhm.
I can't remember the last time I had a I do like lime green. Like I love a lime green ribbon on the
Like a
wreath on the
chartreuse
front
or
door.
something.
Oh, that's
Yes.
pretty.
Yeah,
but
or
I'll pair
chartreuse.
it with the red plaid,
Mhm.
like
Oh.
the chartreuse with the red plaid.
Oh, okay.
And if you think
Oh.
about even, I feel like the green and red go to be a playful neutral to that time of year. Like I've paired a lot of hot pink with the red plaid again.
What?
It looks it looks
Red
great.
plaid and
Really?
hot pink.
It looks great because the red's deep enough that there's enough contrast. Obviously, if they were like close, it would be this is just off. But yeah, even that and hot pink against a traditional Christmas green too.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
true.
I'm with you.
And
Yeah.
blue goes with
Everything.
Everything.
everything. So I feel like those are
And
always
purple's a traditional Christmas color. I mean,
No, it's not.
what's like an Advent color?
Oh, Easter.
That's Easter.
I mean, but people make Advent wreaths with like purple.
Oh, they do? I don't know.
It has like a purple ribbon, right?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
I mean,
people use
well,
purple.
Caroline is a purple person, so it makes sense that
Like a royal purple. It's like okay. Anyway, never mind.
it looks great.
All right, what's next?
All right.
Caroline, tell us what's next.
No, the traditional and
list.
modern. I think
okay,
you
the
answered
next
that.
one then.
Can I use old school colored lights, the big ones, on a tree without it being tacky? Any tips?
I say they're fun.
Yeah,
I feel
they're
like it's
really fun.
so vintagey feeling. I
feel
love
like
that.
It's all about what you put with it.
Yeah, it's back to
you
the
know?
layering.
Yeah.
As long as you have
Yeah.
beautiful wrapped gifts and pretty skirt, ribbon on, like all of that.
Yeah, and
with
like
it.
don't put tacky ornaments on it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like have
Right.
some
All right, you foiled my plan. I was going to put tacky ornaments, but now I'll pull
But
back.
I'm just saying it's context. It's like if you had the old school lights with like, I don't know, cheesy ornaments, and yeah, maybe it would be tacky. But if you have like,
By
I don't
old
know.
school, do you think they mean tiny or big?
she
It
said
says the big ones.
Yeah, the
I
old school
big
like
ones.
ones?
the big ones. I feel like
The
they
big colored
are-
ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the designer
I think
Bill
they're fun.
Peace?
Yeah.
We've
Uh-huh.
had him on here. He lives down the street from me. He only does the big old school lights on his tree.
I love
And
that.
every year I'm just like, oh, it's so nostalgic
Yeah.
feeling. I love it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I
Mhm.
like it. And yeah, I like them mixed in with smaller bulbs too.
Does he add? Okay, he doesn't add. Do you think you could do the big colored lights with just a regular sort of white together?
No, I don't know.
Or do you have to pick either or?
I would imagine they give off a warmer light, so I would imagine it would be hard
Mm-hmm.
because, like to your point, you couldn't use your
No, mine are too blue.
lights
Yeah.
with against those kind of warm hues.
I also don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to envision in my head. I just don't. I feel like it takes away from sort of that kitschy in a good way,
Mhm.
vintage vibe that's happening
Yeah.
with that. You know, embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like especially if you add maybe the colors from the lights in other places, like have a ribbon on your, like pick gift wrap that kind of looks good with the lights, and pick a ribbon that has
Go more jewel tones.
Yeah.
yeah,
or
like go
stuff.
more jewel tones. Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be a good way to like
Yeah.
make it feel intentional and not like random.
Yeah. I
Mm.
feel like setting a good color palette before you even start is kind of it's
Just
kind
like
of a
decorating.
thread that's coming through this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And okay, this was something that Janie, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her last name, a designer from Richmond, Virginia. She's amazing.
If you can't remember,
I
none of
cannot
us can remember
remember.
because you're our encyclopedia
I'm
Brown.
blanking
Last
right
name's
now. But she was on the show. I should have looked this up before I even came. She's great. And she
Milner?
did a Christmas decorating episode with us a couple years ago, maybe like 2019. And she talked about how when she does help her clients with holiday decorating, she picks a color palette that looks good in their living room. And that's something that when I was redoing our living room or moving into our new house, I thought about. And I think that's an amazing way to approach it. Like if you are using, I don't know, navy, then like add navies and things that look good with navy.
Mhm.
And
Right.
if you're not going to decorate with red, then
Coordinate
maybe
with
don't
your
use
home.
red in
Yeah.
your Christmas. Like there are
Yeah.
lots of other colors.
If you don't like it in your
Yeah.
home, then
And any
don't put it in your
color
home.
can be festive when you've got it on Christmas trees and wreaths
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, for
So
sure.
anyway,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
that's something I think about all the time.
Okay, Liz.
All
you have
right.
the card.
I have the card. All right. And this is Liz. What are some ways to keep holiday decorations elegant, but also kid friendly? Family with young kids.
Keep them up high.
Keep them up high.
Well, if you have delicates like mercury glass trees or something, keep them up on a sideboard. But you can do like there are beautiful felt things,
There really are.
you know, that you can put, like if you want to have a felt garland on your coffee table with wooden balls or not glass balls, you know, like you want to
Right.
tuck in there, or things that are. I was thinking, what ornaments are kid friendly?
Well-
You guys have kids, I don't.
Well, I have lots of ornaments that are like, yeah, fabric-y kind of.
Felt
Yes.
and fabric.
Again, with the ribbon, I think is great. When
Mhm.
Blair was little, I ordered like a 200 pack from Amazon of like just plastic shatterproof ones
Mhm.
and kept those kind of at the bottom.
Mhm. And you could tuck them into the coffee table if you have
Yeah.
a garland on the
Right.
coffee table or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And other than the tree, though, if you think about it, a lot of the garlands that you're not going to
Right.
break that.
Yeah.
And, like
That's true.
Like
I mean, I guess
I
I could
wonder if
probably
she
pull
meant-
it down maybe, but
I wonder if she means
Mm.
kid, because she said elegant but kid friendly. So I wonder if she means like playful.
or maybe they make it.
Like I wonder, I don't know. I guess, or like outdoors maybe. If you want to do like inflatables, which maybe are not something you would like, but your young kids think are fun.
Mhm.
Like do something kind of.
you don't buy them.
Well, if your kids are begging, I don't know.
them.
I also think it's
Some people want to do the inflatable
Right.
because they're fun.
Right.
Yes.
But like, so do
yes.
that in the yard, but then maybe do the front porch or the front door like more grown up and like more what you. I think you can do a little
Right.
bit of both.
Mhm.
That's fair.
Like I think I do have some. Well, I will say, having lots of colors and not just doing red and green or metallic does make it feel more like
kid friendly.
kid friendly, playful, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Not
But
as stuffy.
elegant.
Yeah.
But then having just a little bit of both. Like I do have some really cute like peppermint felt pom-pom garland that I got from Etsy. And I'll mix that like with something. So I do like I do what you suggested with the traditional and the modern, which is I do a little bit of both. I have some spaces that are a little more like grown up elegant, like my dining room centerpiece, but then I might have other places that are like an advent calendar that's like, or a, nativity scene that's like for kids.
Also,
So,
I think it's
Right.
nice to do a little craft with them and then use that in the decor. Whether it's when I was growing up, we always every year did some sort of ornament crafting. I still have some of them, and they're wooden ornaments you paint, or there's something you do, and then in my mind, a child cherishes that a little more. They're not going to like beat it up. Like, oh, I made that and it's on the tree or it's here, it's there.
they're proud of
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it just sort of, it gets them involved in what's happening. So
I have this really cute gold tinsel tree that we sold years ago in Suzanne Kassler's collection, which I love. And sometimes I'll put that in Blair's room and like it's a little, and I put shatterproof ornaments on it. They can't break.
I
She
love-
has like a little mini tree
Elliot
in her
has
room.
a mini tree
I
that
love
goes
a
all
mini
his
tree.
ornaments. And he
And
used to
that's-
decorate his door. Like giving him his own space to decorate.
great
too,
idea.
Is and to your point, it's all felt, cloth, shatterproof, whatever
Wood,
they're into. And you honestly allowing them to have that. I know my sister does as well. Her daughters have a pink tinsel tree in their room and they buy ornaments for it every year. So that's theirs. And so there is that ownership too that like kind of allows them, but keeps your space that people are maybe you're entertaining more
Yeah.
elegant. And
That's
you can
a great
allow
idea.
that.
Plus, like Blair still likes she likes a nightlight. So if you've got a Christmas tree in there, it's like, there you go.
Oh,
it's your
that's the
nightlight for the
best
season.
And
nightlight
they feel so
ever.
grown up,
Yeah,
Like, this is
and-
my tree.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
grown up. All right, so this is Karen. I'm gonna read a question. It's our last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow. Okay. It seems like in my town,
So dramatic. This dramatic reading. I like it.
All right.
everyone gets rid of their pumpkins and harvest decor on November 1st. What gives? When do you transition from fall to holiday? And do you not decorate your Thanksgiving table with pumpkins? Why is it? First of all, how does she know they're not decorating their Thanksgiving table?
That's a good question.
Why is everyone getting rid of their pumpkins? Why are you so anti-pumpkin, America? And Europe, whoever's listening. I keep my pumpkins. I mean, my thing is like I have pumpkins on the front porch until after Thanksgiving when I take them away and do my holiday.
Same.
Yeah.
I mean, not a live pumpkin's rotting.
Okay.
Unless
I was going to say, I buy mine
getting-
mid-September. So, yeah, by the end of October, those things are starting to...
They're pretty nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've already chucked 2.
Oh, so I don't get live ones anymore. Again, I don't have kids anymore. I have ceramic ones that I put out.
Yeah.
I'll go and I'll double dip on pumpkins and get a second round of like smaller ones to put on the Thanksgiving table
I
or
like
to
a
like
little gourd.
Yeah. They're gorgeous.
I like them on a Thanksgiving table. I don't do it every year, but I
So
do
also
like
good
it.
to write someone's name on a tiny little pumpkin.
Cute.
Write their name on
Yes.
Place
there.
settings.
So all 4 of us, I would say, keep the pumpkin until Thanksgiving.
I keep
And then
the
it's
fall
like a-
harvest
Yeah.
until Thanksgiving.
So long
Same.
as they're not
That's my
getting
lucky saying.
gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Fall decor stays out till Thanksgiving. That
Correct.
is-
Yes.
yes. That
I mean,
weekend
not
is-
Halloween, but yes.
No.
If it's an uncarved pumpkin, if
Keep
it's a hay bale, but
Yeah,
there's
fall.
no spiders. Yeah.
Yeah, I will pull down the Halloween decor
Yes.
shortly after Halloween. Oh, y'all, I'm sure y'all saw this on TikTok, the tip about putting Vaseline on your cut pumpkin cuts to keep it from shrinking and rotting.
Oh,
that is
Yeah,
smart.
that's in my TikTok algorithm. So
Oh.
when you cut your pumpkin, you put some Vaseline on the cut parts and it keeps it fresher longer.
Interesting. Okay, I like that.
I've also heard the
Fantastic.
clear spray, like auto
Like
spray,
hairspray? Oh.
auto spray and stuff, like clear paint lacquer.
Smart, Taryn.
hmm I don't allow any cutting until like right before Halloween
Mm-hmm.
because I'm just lazy.
Yeah. Also, the tip I saw on TikTok, same woman. This is back to the real pumpkin. She uses a hand mixer to take all the seeds and stuff out on the inside. So
Brilliant.
she cuts
Oh,
the
that's
bottom,
brilliant.
then she uses a hand mixer to get all the seeds and
With
the yucky
what
stuff out.
attachment are we talking
Just
about?
her beater, like
like
a
the
hand
hand mixer.
mixer.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. I was not. Yeah.
so. That's the
Smart.
tip.
Okay.
It's a
Interesting.
bonus for
That's
all
a
of you.
bonus.
But they're gonna listen after Halloween.
Sorry,
For
this
next-
is
for next year.
Well, they might carve it out for florals,
Yeah, maybe.
What?
like where you put the vase inside the pumpkin and you put your florals in there and you make an arrangement.
Like for a centerpiece?
yeah.
What?
I have seen it. Yeah. You never seen
Yeah.
this?
I've never seen
My
it.
neighbor for my Halloween party, she has requested I buy a pumpkin and bring it over to her because she's going to make an arrangement to put in it. So I have a centerpiece.
See.
That is cute.
So she does
That's
chop
great.
the
It's very kind.
top off and uses the bottom
Mm-hmm.
as the okay.
And you just put a vase inside. So you're not putting a smiley face or anything. You're not
Right.
cutting out a
Yeah.
jack-o'-lantern. You were
No.
using a pumpkin as
Yeah.
a
Cash bow.
cash
Yeah.
bow. Pumpkin cash bow,
Brilliant.
but real.
We should make a pumpkin cash
I like it.
Get on that, Darren.
bow.
Taryn, design. Go design something.
Well, I don't. Yeah, so I don't know what she's talking about. I feel like people use pumpkins.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just don't like her
Yeah.
neighbors.
Maybe she
I
should
think you move.
Move.
Get out of that
The
city.
answer is move. Wherever you live.
Clearly, it's not.
Well, okay. What
festive.
does
Does she
y'all's
live in the North
Thanksgiving-
Pole?
Right? She's like Santa.
These elves.
What does y'all's Thanksgiving table look like? Do you do pumpkins? Do you do birds? Like, what is it?
Ooh,
What's the
pheasants,
vibe?
turkeys, pumpkins.
Well,
Yeah.
I have to coordinate with my giant tablecloth, which is like a chocolate zebra,
Okay.
Mm.
because it's the only one I have that fits the
Yeah.
16
The giant
or
table.
12-person table,
Yeah.
whatever. So it's a lot of browns and golds and
Love it.
greens and I don't know whatever I harvest out of the yard.
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
I do mine different
Yeah.
every year, so I can't
Of
really
course
answer.
you
but-
do. Gosh, she's an over.
What's this
Well,
year's?
Yeah.
Well, this year we're gonna be out of town, so I'm not
Off the
hosting.
hook.
Yeah.
But last year it was like a pink tablecloth with these sort of like red brown plates that were my grandmother's, and then I just used like sort of like those red hydrangea leaves that have sort of turned reddy brown,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and I did like I like a pumpkin. I just usually have to buy whatever goes with my dinnerware.
Mhm.
So
Do you
maybe
use the
that's
same dinnerware every year for Thanksgiving?
Well, this set that I have that was my grandmother's, she used this every year for Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
So I kind of like to use
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
but I like to mix it up. So
How many sets of dinnerware do you have? I was going to say China, but I don't want to limit it to China.
4 full sets. All of them were, well, one of them is our wedding pattern. One's our like everyday pattern. And then 2 were one grandmother's and the other grandmother's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think I have 3.
Yeah.
2, 1. I don't know.
I have lots.
Yeah, see? Look
I-
at your
but
face.
I'm
I'm
not
Really?
including like
Mhm.
extra
I've
salad.
designed-
Yeah.
I was gonna say I've designed a lot,
Mhm.
and so
Yeah.
I then have
I have a
purchased
lot of like salad plates and things
Yes.
like accent plates from Bauer that you've designed over the years, like
Thank
little
you.
leopard or like
Mhm.
plaid trim, or
Mhm.
which I love
Yeah.
to layer on top of other things.
I think that's what I need to do is just get more accent plates.
Yeah.
Mhm. Because they're affordable
Right.
and
You don't have to buy as many.
they don't take up as much space.
Yeah.
It's not a
Right.
full dinnerware collection.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can use them for dessert or the salad, or you can even, I don't know.
I almost never use the matching salad plate with a dinner plate. Very, very rarely.
Mhm.
I always mix it up. You know what I mean? I just think it's more
You're
fun
very
that way.
good at that. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's super intuitive. You got to
No.
get your stuff out and start sitting it on each other and look
Oh,
at
I
it and
test
see.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
I'm
like
just
a
saying,
little
if
dry
people
run.
feel intimidated,
I love it.
pull, one of each of everything out and then fiddle with it and see what
and
looks nice.
It's
You'd
easy,
be
I think, to
surprised.
use your napkins as sort of the thing that ties it together. So, like, I had this it's sort of like a maroony pattern. That's the one that my grandmother uses. But I was like, I feel like I could make pink work with this. So I had like pink napkins, but they have sort of this red and like plum monogram on it. So it's sort of the
Yeah,
the
brought it
fabric is the
together.
thing that ties it together. Yeah. So
Even if
that's
you
what
had
it-
a patterned ribbon, a plaid ribbon that had different
Yeah.
colors, you
Or
could
the
use
color-
that
Right.
to pull
Florals.
things together. Yeah.
Florals are a great way to do that.
Mhm.
And that's usually what I do is I pick the flowers first because I'm going to the grocery store and they
Yeah.
only have,
Right. You
The
use
fall
the
colored-
palette of what
yeah.
they've got. They've
Yeah.
they've got professionals
exactly.
doing that.
So
I like it. Lean on those with I don't know,
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah.
Lean on those with talent. That's what we do all day.
all right. Well, that was our hosting extravaganza. I mean, our decorating extravaganza.